My name is Lebo Gunguluza. I'm the chairman of the GEM Group of Companies. I'm also the president of the South African Black Mining Association. Investing in a number of areas that I thought they were of interest, starting with technology, hospitality, and travel. It contributes approximately about 70% of the GDP of South Africa. So it means that there's a lot of money that gets made in the mines. There's a lot of employment and job creation by the mines. Mining is one of the biggest sectors within the South African economy. Sales is a growth activity of a company.
What's good, Africa? My name is Sonia, and today's video, I was attending this Africa Mining Summit in Rosebank. I thought I might as well give you some great insights about the mining industry. If you're into the mining industry, you better watch this video till the end. So don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and comment down below what you learned and things you're looking forward to see on the channel. Let's get to the video now. Hello, how are you, sir?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm doing great. So, thank you for first and first is thank you for agreeing to do the video with me. The first thing I wanted to ask is for the people who don't know you, I just want them to know who is Lebo. Yes, sir.
My name is Lebo Gunguluza. I'm the chairman of the GEM Group of Companies. I'm also the president of the South African Black Mining Association. I'm also the chairman of indelible Business Restructuring. I'm also the chairman of Izani Capital and the chairman of Luxembourg VIP. I look after a number of companies, but I'm also an investor, a dragon investor, and I'm also invested in a number of companies.
When it comes to mining, you've invested in a lot of companies.
Yes, I don't mine, but I invest in mining. We have a fund that we've secured so that we can empower black miners specifically and black suppliers in the mining industry. Those are the two people that we have an interest in to support.
I just want to ask, how were you able to get into the business that you are into right now? Did you study for the business that you're into, or how did you manage to get into the business?
I started in the communications space, media and communications. When you're in media and communications, you get to meet a lot of people. And then I started investing in a number of areas that I thought they were of interest, starting with technology, hospitality, and travel. When I got involved in those spaces, I started looking and finding other opportunities.
Oh, it was God's plan.
Yeah, God's plan, I don't know, but right?
Also, what would you advise other young people like such as me who want to be in the space that you are into right now?
It's always better to get a very specific skill and a very specific craft, so that when you enter into any market, you have a very specific offering. For example, in my space, I studied BCom and law, and then finance. So when I went into the different sectors, I went there with that specific skill of law and finance. As a result, I'm able to assist people in restructuring companies. I'm able to assist in getting fundable for investors. And finance, I'm able to read their books and help them review and their bankability.
It's possible if also let's say for someone who's like me, I don't have a skill yet in the mining industry, but I really want to be in that space.
You've got to choose your space. Obviously, you can't be everywhere. So you've got to choose whether you want to be in logistics, you want to be in finance, you want to be the miner, you want to be a contractor. There's so many areas to be involved in mining. You can be a supplier supplying PPE, you'll still be in mining. You can be a supplier supplying excavators and plants, you'd still be in mining. In mining does not mean that you're actually doing the mining. It means that you're providing a service to the mining industry. That means you're in mining. And there's so many areas of supply opportunities in mining. It means that you must just choose where your passion is at, where your craft must be, and decide to be in that space. Then you can leverage opportunities in mining.
Oh, that's very great. Also, how do you think mining also contributes into the South African economy right now?
Mining is one of the biggest sectors in South Africa. It contributes approximately about 70% of the GDP of South Africa. So it means that there's a lot of money that gets made in the mines. There's a lot of employment and job creation by the mines. Mining is one of the biggest sectors within the South African economy. That's why, as the SAPMA, South African Black Mining Association, we are trying to encourage as many black people to participate in this sector, because it is one sector that can sustain a lot of black people and a lot of South Africans.
No, I also wrote down another question I wanted to ask you. So
Yeah.
I just want to check it out before. So I just wanted to ask, what are the most common challenges people are facing when it comes to being in the industry as a newbie?
Okay.
Which things I must be aware of
Okay.
as I'm starting into the
So
industry?
the reason why it's important to have a very specific skill and a craft when you enter mining is because there are a lot of chance takers, there are a lot of scammers, there are a lot of people who will waste your time. So if you are just a broker and you are trying to make a bit of money here by facilitating this deal and this deal, you'll most likely get scammed or knocked a couple of times. It's not a safe environment. But if you have a specific skill, let's say logistics or law or whatever skill, at least you go into the formal side of mining. You get to learn a lot about mining within the formal sector, so that even by the time you go as an entrepreneur or in the informal space, you already know the pros and cons of the space, and you can already see when people are going to waste your time or not, because you're used to dealing with a certain caliber of people, and in that way you are able to secure your environment and do business with good clients.
So what makes a good entrepreneur?
What makes a good entrepreneur is an entrepreneur that has tenacity, an entrepreneur that spots opportunities, an entrepreneur that's able to manage those opportunities very well and deliver excellence every time they deliver something. Because at the end of the day, when you are an entrepreneur, you are servicing a client. And if you do it excellently, consistently, and you are getting a recurring business from a particular set of clientele, that means you're an excellent entrepreneur.
Okay. So, and also another thing is habits of a successful entrepreneur.
Yeah, I mean, the habits of a successful entrepreneur, obviously, you have to be focused, you have to have, as I said, tenacity, you have to be a go getter, you have to be able to manage people and work very well with people, you have to be hungry, you have ambition, and you have to be confident, and you have to be able to sell.
So selling is
Obviously, it's the most important thing. Otherwise, how can you run a company and manage people and you're not growing as a company? Because sales is a growth activity of a company.
yeah.
Makes sense?
Yeah, really makes sense. Really
Good.
makes sense. Okay, another thing is, are there any specific regulations in the government when in the
In the mining sector.
yes?
Yeah, there are a lot of regulations in the mining sector. There are a lot of permits that you need to get. There are a lot of things that you need to comply with within the mining sector. But a lot of people break those rules. A lot of people do illegal, like illegal mining, zama-zamas, and all of that, artisanal mining, small scale mining. So there's a lot of people who break rules and who break law. But everyone is hungry. Everyone wants to, they see the resources are lying there, they're able to get buyers to buy them, and they're able to mine. And sometimes it's illegal, but there are a lot of regulations that they can afford to abide by because it's too tedious and they're hungry. The stomach is calling.
So which one is the right way to go about the mining business? Let's say right now I want to have a license for a mine and a permit, but I don't have the money for it. So how can I
It's a
go
long
about it?
process. That's why we're trying to get government, as the South African Black Mining Association, to cater for small-scale mining and zama-zamas, to create a program for them so they can be able to mine legally. Because they mine illegally and they put their lives at risk, and safety is a big problem because they're mining illegally. They're not recognized. So as a result, they're not even trained to mine. They're just mining from the little bit of experience that they got, but it's illegal and it's dangerous. So we are trying to get government to put a program to assist these zamazamas to become legal and to be able to mine within the scope of the law.
Okay, very good. So, because I don't wanna take much of your time.
Yes,
So,
I'm under pressure of time.
so I'm
Very
just
much under
gonna ask
pressure.
this one: what's the best advice you've ever given in your life?
The best advice is always that there will always be limited resources in the world. You'll always you'll run short of money. Sometimes you'll have money, sometimes you won't have money. So there'll always be somehow limited resources, but there's unlimited creativity. So every time you get into a problem, be creative on how you're going to get out of the problem and work hard and find ways to find a solution for that problem, because the more problems you can solve in the world, the more money you will make.
Thank you very much.
Okay.